Sense World, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a quick trick to make this cool telephone effect in Silent One. Now I chose Silent One because in order to input this in Serum, it would just take a little bit more effort and it's just a little bit more intimidating. So Silent One is easier to do this and it's very, very fast. So pretty much this sound, I've heard it in a lot of future bass tracks and I kind of just wanted to help you guys by recreating it. So make sure to check the tutorial out. I will put up a free download on my website for those of you guys who want to go ahead and download it. Anyways, guys, let's learn how to make this real fast. So pretty much for this effect, you can choose any wavetable you want or any sound specifically. But for this one, if we're making a sound from scratch, the one to imitate, like let's say a 90s phone ringing, would have to be the square wave. And what we're going to do is just leave it at one voice. Very simple. Now this is pretty much the whole tutorial right here. We're going to go into the LFO. We're going to do a pitch A and B. Now I've always talked about LFOs and I've always talked about the effect of LFOs. Like what does the wavetable have to do with anything with the LFO? But in reality, the wavetable has nothing to do with the LFO in sense of sound, but it has a lot to do with it in sense of the mathematical concept of each wavetable. If you guys have taken math and you guys have done like graphs where you graph either sine waves, cosine waves, and trigonometry, or just simple, points, coordinate points. You know that there is a mathematical thing where you measure the slopes of each one, how it changes over time. So pretty much that's what we want to look at for each wavetable here, except a couple that are really weird, like the random and the sample and hold and so forth. Now for this effect, what we want to do is a square wave, because characteristically, if we talk about the square wave in a mathematical concept, it goes from being at its lowest point to highest points almost instantaneously. So pretty much there's no gradually increasing or gradually decreasing. It's just instant change from, this value to this value. And that's what's going to help us make the telephone effect, because the telephone changes pitch almost instantaneously. It doesn't happen over time. So that's what's going to allow us to do this. So what we're going to do is move the pitch just a tiny bit, and we're going to give it a high rate of 1/8 maybe. And as soon as we play this, we're going to increase the gain a bit. Alright, so you can see we're starting to get that kind of telephone effect, but if we want to make this a little bit better, we increase the gain more. And we increase the rate. And we pretty much have the telephone effect. Now, if we want to take this step further, make it sound a little bit nicer, we're going to add reverb. Maybe a bit of delay. Get that kind of nice thing. Lower the delay though, just to. Very, very cool. And maybe a decimate distortion, because cell phones back then, they didn't really have, 64-bit, shit. It was more like 16-bit rate. Well, not 16-bit rate, sorry, 8-bit rate kind of stuff, 4-bit. So the more decimate we add, that's more like it. So that's pretty much a cool telephone effect that you guys can make for your future bass tracks. So as always, guys, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button if you like this tutorial, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. What?